Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again outdoors. Today I am just giving my Bushbox XL Titanium, I think it's about 3.5 years I've had it, so it's about a 3.5 year review. So the purpose of the video really is just to have a quick review of it, just look at how durable it's been over the past 3.5 years, how I've used it, any issues I've had with it, like warping, obviously there's discoloration with it, wear and tear, just how is it stacked up over the past 3.5 years of using it. This is my Bushbox XL Titanium. It's fairly bad. Still in the same pouch it came from Bushbox itself. I'll just get it out and you can just see, man, there's a fair bit of discoloration on it. I mean, it has been fairly used and abused over the years. I also have it with it a large griddle pan, smaller griddle pan, and then the two tongs that just come with it as standard. So, I mean, you can see it's had a fair bit of wear and tear in its time. It's been brilliant, actually. It has been brilliant. Good bit of kit. So this is the longer griddle pan, and you can see there's a fair bit of discoloration on this one. Also, you can see it's warped, and if you can see that with your naked eye, but you can definitely see that this has had a little bit of warping over time. So this is just made of steel. So with the heat, you'd expect it to bend, and this one hasn't quite bent as much, but equally I haven't used this one as much. And then the main unit itself, and you can see that, I mean, this has had a fair bit of use. It's not as straight as it once was when I first bought it, but it's a great bit of kit. It is a great bit of kit. Over the past 3.5 years, this has been a good companion to me. I mean, I'll be honest, there are times when it has been used for a couple of months, and then there are periods of time where it's used quite heavily, and I've used it all over the place. I mean, it's been up down mountains with me, just on normal day hikes, and even on longer camps. It has been brilliant. It's been a great little companion for cooking on, and just for giving you that little focal point, just where you have that fire and you're just able to just sit and relax and just watch a little fire. You know, when you're out by yourself, sometimes you don't need a dirty great big fire to cook on, but just having that little focal point, just to see the flames just grounding you. So it's been a great companion for me over the past 3.5 years or so. So I do have another video up on my channel that I did of a review of this. I must have had it maybe a couple of months, maybe a year or so at the time, so a couple of years ago. And it's when I didn't have much of a clue about making YouTube videos. It was right at the very beginning of this journey, when I probably had like 10 subscribers or something. So anyway, so I'll put a link up to that video, and you can see, I mean, there's all the technical details about the sizes, dimensions, weights, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's as simple as can be to open up. It's a concertina effect. So put this together, or to open it up, put it together, to build it, this just opens up on the hinges. You have two trays inside, an ashtray that just drops down, slots into place. So there's slots down here where this slots in, and then you have your fuel tray on top. Again, it just hinges and drops down, and that's it. So simple to put together. And then you have these little arms. So these arms can slide in either on the top, so just like that. So you can put your cup on top of that, or if you have your grill plates, where's the little holes? Yeah, there they are. Nope. Yeah, that's it, in there. So you can see, I mean, this has had a fair bit of warping on it, so it only fits in one way now. So there we go. So that's in there. I mean, build-wise, it's as simple can be. It doesn't need much more explanation. It's brilliant, simple and brilliant. And again, when you finished using it, it's so simple to cool down. Because it's titanium, it does cool down really quickly. The only things that don't cool down are the arms, which do stay hot for a while, and then the plates, so they do take a little bit longer to cool down. When it's all cooled down, literally hold it upside down, let the two trays fold back up, and then concertina's down, and that's it. So quick, so easy to use. I've never really had a problem lighting a fire in this, even in really windy conditions, even with the rain coming down. I've actually found this to be quite easy. In saying that, I've always tended to use cotton wool with a bit of Vaseline on it, just as my kind of tinder, and then the accelerant on it. But I've also just used it where I've used fat wood, so use the back of the knife to get some scrapings off the fat wood and use that as my kindling, or tinder even I should say. It's been really easy to use. I've got nothing really negative to say about actually how to get it lit and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to get a little fire on the go, get a coffee and get some food cooked. Fuel wise, I mean, you can also use twigs that are lying on the ground. We've had a lot of dry weather recently, so there's a lot of stuff is actually dry on the ground. But just for some out today, I've just actually brought some kindling from home. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes here just getting some kindling ready, just to get this lit. So if you don't know, putting Vaseline on cotton wool or makeup removal pads, which is cotton wool, it just extends the burn life of it. So it just burns for a bit longer, because Vaseline is petroleum jelly, so it's obviously a derivative of the fuel process of petrol diesel. So I'm just going to get this to be a bit fluffy, and that'll be my tinder. And I'm just using a ferro rod just to get this lit today. I mean, if you are out, you can easily just use small pieces of wood to get these fires lit. And most of the time I do that because I don't want to be carrying the extra weight of fuel or wood. So it's much easier to come out of the woods here and just get a big bundle of small sticks and then bigger sticks to actually fuel the Bushbox. But for today, just because I want to come out here and actually enjoy today, get a brew on the go, just cook some food and just actually relax and enjoy myself. So just gonna use my ferro rod here just to get this started. Obviously with the Bushbox, I mean, you've got a huge front opening here, but just to get this lit, it's easier just to drop stuff down the side. So you can just see how easily and quickly that fire's catching here. You do have to love the sound of that crackle of that fire. It's just class, man, absolutely class. So this is just my little Toaks titanium pot that I do like. It's actually really good. Interestingly also, that the handles don't overheat when you got it on the Bushbox. So I've also got pork shoulder. It's called Griskin. It is delicious, man. So I've got two of those to cook on once this water's boiled. So I don't know how much you know about cooking outside, that is. Obviously you know about cooking. But if you're boiling water or boiling a stew or something like that, you want the flames to boil. But when you're cooking food, you're looking for the embers only. So you don't want to have smoke. Otherwise all your food actually gets burnt. So some of the pros, I think, of the Bushbox anyway, because it's aluminium, it is really light. So it's easy to carry around with you. And it's easy fed. I did another review there, it must have been about 2 or 3 months ago, where I tested out 4 different twig stoves, the Bushbox being one of them. And whilst the Bushbox was the most expensive out of the 4 that I tested, it was also the most economical with wood, and gave me the best heat in terms of boiling water, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really, really good bit of kit. The cons really of this is the price. I mean, they retail, I think, about 150, 160 quid. So they are expensive bits of kit. And this is something I actually bought with my own. Oh, hello, little spider. Keep you away from flames. Don't think spiders eat Griskin. Right, off you go, little fella. Yeah, the cost, the initial outlay, it is expensive. And that is a deterrent for some people. And then you can go, obviously, with the cheaper ones. But I'll put a link up for that video also, so you can see that comparison test. But to me, the Bushbox is my favourite Bushbox. My favourite twig stove. The other 3 were given to me by my late my half brother's half brother, Mark, who passed away last August 12th. And he has one, and I can't remember the name. It's this cheap thing, but it's brilliant. I mean, it's fairly huge. Like, it's been battered, so you can see that Mark had used it an awful lot when he was alive. But it's a great little stove. But I do prefer the Bushbox, if I'm honest with you. So this is my Griskin that I bought this morning, or pork shoulder. And I do have some antibacterial stuff, gel for my hands, just in case, a bit of contamination. I've also bought a food thermometer recently. So last week, I actually bought a food thermometer. So I'm going to do a lot more cooking. I'm actually doing some outdoor cooking, teaching. So outdoor cooking over the coals and stuff. So because I'm teaching and there's people coming to pay, then I decided to go and get a temperature probe, just so don't make sure I don't actually poison anyone. But I'm not using that today. Water's coming on nicely. So this is my view, just up by the river. Class, just absolutely spectacular. So the cleaning of the Bushbox, if I'm honest with you, I tend to use just kind of grass and debris around me to clean it initially. I have given it a proper wash sometimes. Not often, but I do give it a proper wash sometimes. But I've never really given the actual main unit a wash. It's just the actual metal plates or the steel plates up top, the grills, and then the arms. The rest of it I just kind of leave as it is. It's just kind of nice. It's just durable the way it is. Right, that's my coffee done. Gonna let that cook down a little bit. Then I will get my Griskins on there. Also invested in a little titanium spork, because we're away this weekend down the Mourns for 2 nights, so a bit of an explore down there. So I'll start thinking about how I can go as light as I possibly can, rather than carrying loads and loads of weight. So you can see all the flames have died away. So there is something absolutely magical about coming outside, sitting in nature, getting a coffee on the go, having a bit of food. And these Griskins, when they're cooked, absolutely delicious. I mean, the smell of them is amazing. And this is one of the limitations with cooking food on the Bushbox, is you're having to balance out between keeping it lit and keeping it warm. So you can just see what I mean. You have to keep fueling this when you're cooking. I don't know, I've never quite figured out how to get a really good bed of coals in there and keep it warm, so you can actually cook on it really well. But I suppose this is just practice, isn't it? So if you do know, if you've had great success with the Bushbox yourself, I'd be interested to hear how you guys have got on with cooking, and have you been able to make a really good like ember bed in the bottom of it. I think the cost effect of this is, obviously you have too much heat. Are you going to damage the frame of the Bushbox itself? Oh, they are coming on delicious. Just take a look at those. The noise of those sizzling away, man. Class. And enjoy some grub. It's just a little bit of crispiness on there. This is what I like with food. It's not messed around. It's just simple, cooked. I think I'm going to leave the video here. On the whole, I mean, the Bushbox is a great bit of kit. It's pricey. That's the only really downside of it. But it's a brilliant, brilliant bit of kit. I would definitely recommend, if you have the money, to go and get one. I mean, you have to get the XL Titanium. There is different variants that are smaller, cheaper, but they're really well manufactured. I mean, they're solidly manufactured. Easy to put up, quick to cool down, easy to keep fuel in, easy to cook on, easy to boil water on. It's a great little companion, a great focal point if you're out by yourself, just to give you that connection with the flame, which is really, really powerful. So it is a great bit of kit. Guys, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. And apart from that, guys, enjoy the rest of your week, life, wherever you're at. I'm just going to sit here now and enjoy my coffee in peace. So guys, cheers. Chat next time.